Well, good morning, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys, as well as you ladies. Thank you for being part of Jobu's day job, where the red brick house, even when I'm not there, is still part of what we're doing. Um, my workshop here is a mess because I haven't really been here as much as I'd like to, but I'm doing some stuff that makes it a lot easier than when I'm at the red brick house. I've got a table saw, a portable one, but it's not like having this table saw because I can put a full sheet of plywood on here with no problem and cut it down. In fact, yesterday I got 2 sheets of plywood and basically made parts. So what I did, a couple things we're doing for the red brick house. You've seen me working on that dresser that we're stripping, and there's a couple places where the veneer is messed up. So I have some mahogany here. I'll cut this down and I can actually glue pieces in there to take care of the spots where the veneer is messed up. Nice thing is the veneer down there, it's like literally an 1/8 inch thick. The other thing I did was I actually cut these pieces for cabinets. These are going to sit on basically the kick plate base. And what I've done is I've dadoed the top and the bottom, and I've also recessed the back of it for a piece of plywood. So I have the base cabinet pieces right here and the other pieces of plywood cut right there. I just need to cut it to length when I get down there to be able to put together the base cabinet on the downstairs room and the 2 base cabinets that are going to go upstairs on each side of the fireplace in my, big studio and / large room. And then I've also got these. Now these are just simple 1-bys that are knotty pine ones. I think these are about $15 a piece. What I've been doing at the house is I've pulled off the base molding and I've used AZAC. Well, AZAC for a 1x8 is about $65 to go on there. So I've got some places where in that room where I can pull it off and I can put on some AZAC, but the problem is it's not 1x6s. It's actually a little bit larger. So what I actually have done is I've gone through and I've planed these down to about 1/2 inch. And what I'm going to do is we'll prime these, paint them, and because it's knotty pine, we'll end up using a primer on it first so that way it doesn't bleed through. But we'll paint these and we'll cut them to the right height because I think they're about 7, maybe about 7 inches tall. And we'll just tack these on there and we'll put a little spacer piece on the top piece of molding to make up the difference. This way we'll be able to seal up the walls. We'll end up having that white look and we'll create less mess onto the walls. And of course we'll actually save some money because basically all of these cost what would have cost for one of the AZAC. So saving some time, saving some money, and getting the job done is definitely something that we want to do for the red brick house. This week is Thanksgiving, and so we have company. My niece and nephew and their mother are going to be staying. My daughters are staying at the house over Thanksgiving as well. So we want to try and get the downstairs area so that's it's livable as possible. We got another sofa set that's a much bigger one for the living room. We're going to take the smaller one and that's going to go into that front room that we just varnished the floor on. And we actually have a full-size bed that'll be coming tomorrow. That'll go in that bedroom. So basically, and we got a real good deal. With the red brick house, we have so many people in so many different places that we bought materials and things like that, from Legacy Hardwood recently where we got the wood to patch the floor, thank God. Shout out to Jim. And Jim, I've got some barbecue that I made I'm going to be bringing to you tomorrow. Also too, we've got really good appliances, and we went to Good Used Appliances, which has scratch and dent or refurbished appliances. We ended up getting a washer and dryer set for $600, and these are they're not a match set, so we actually saved a lot of money on it. It's one of them is I think a Samsung, but it has like a extra bowl in the top of it so you can soak stuff, pre-soak, literally just pre-soak, because it's got a little button, you push it, it's like a water fountain, and you can put your piece in there, soak it, leave it there, and come back and wash it later. And they're oversized units, so my wife's gone to pick those up. But all of the appliances we've gotten there actually have been from Good Use Appliances. The refrigerator, everybody's like, I love that refrigerator. The color blends in perfect with the cabinetry. I think we got it for about $800, and it's a $1,600 refrigerator. The stove, I absolutely positively love the stove. The stove is a $2,400 stove. I think we got it for $1,000. Same thing with the convection microwave, the Bosch units. They are upper class appliances in comparison to just your normal ones that we saved a bundle on putting them into the place, and they actually look good. Some of the stuff is not exactly the same make and name brand, but you can't tell that unless you actually really go up and look hard to see what the difference is. And everywhere that we can figure out ways to save some money and to get a good look, is where we can do more and more stuff to the house. And that's where I'm very proud about what we've done with it, reusing the materials that we have, trying to keep a look that makes you feel like you're in an old house, but modernizing it and making it energy efficient as possible, and bring it back to life. So that's what we've done here today. We'll be leaving first thing in the morning. My brother, I've got to go by and pick up a plenum box for the heating and air conditioning in the morning as well. Drop off some barbecue for my parents too. For putting one more return up in the attic. That's going to help to even out our bedroom. Our bedroom is hot and cold because when the door's closed, there's no return in there. So it's hard for the air to get pulled back into the unit. So putting that return will help to even out that room a little bit more. So all these things we're still learning about the house, because when you're dealing with something that's this old, you're never going to know everything that you got to do. There's no way on God's green earth that you can just look at something like this and say, okay, here's what it's going to take to do this, that, and the other. And every time you open up a wall, you find a new problem that you got to fix, or something that's a little bit different from, us having to rebuild basically the flooring structure underneath the main floor, and then dealing with all of the frickin' nails. And I have tools to do just about anything, but I don't always have them down there. And that's why being back here and working in my workshop is paramount. I had something that I really and truly wish I had. I started to just order another one, but it would have taken too long to get there. But it's called a nail puller. And it's only about $50, but the only place I've been able to find it was basically online at Amazon. And when I looked at getting one last week, it was going to be a couple of days after I needed it. But what it is it's like a nail set. I don't know why they call it a nail puller, because you don't really pull the nail. You actually are setting the nail. It's got about a 3, maybe a 1/4 inch rod that just shoots down. And that's exactly what I need with these cut nails that are into the floor, because I'm up here with, a hammer and things, and the metal is literally bending and leaving parts of it. So sometimes I'd have to go like in 3 sections to try and go down. With this, I can just go with the floor and go boom, 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 and it'll speed it up. So when I work on the upstairs floor, I might try and do some of the sanding up there this week before Thanksgiving, just to get it looking a lot better. There's tools that can make your life a lot easier, and that's where, like I said, I wish I'd had my workshop. I wish I had this down there. It would make life a lot easier. I can do a lot of them down there without them, but it's just easier having the bigger equipment. All right, so I hope that was good for you guys. And I got to actually go out here. My life is constantly busy. I have been up every 2.5 hours stoking the fire for our barbecue. And now I got to go out here and cook some chicken wings, because the Cowboys kick off in about an hour and a half. And I'm going to be ready to live stream all day. Peace.